So this video is quite long, and if you are not familiar with my videos, I do have timestamps in the description, chapter markers and all that, so you can skip around, and I hope you enjoyed the video. What's going on, everyone? My name is Sherwin, and we are in the Model Y studios. It was supposed to be the Plaid studios, but Abby had to go somewhere while I am doing my test drive, and in this video we are doing the test drive or demo drive for the Rivian R1T. I wanted to bring the Plaid because I wanted to get a direct comparison with the seats, because that was one of the things that I had saw in another video, that the R1T seats were not as comfortable as maybe compared to a Tesla. But I'm gonna go off of memory. I'm in the Model Y today, so I could do a direct comparison, like, because it's gonna be fresh in my head. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited. But as far as my experience with trucks, I have very minimal experience. I have driven trucks before. The first truck I've driven was, I think, my uncle's Mazda B2200. Is it a B2200 or B220? And then that one was a bit difficult to drive because he had one of the base models where it didn't come with the side mirrors on the passenger side. So it didn't come with it because it was like a cost-cutting thing or something. Like it was a way for them to sell up to the next trim level. But that one was a little bit difficult because there wasn't any side mirrors on the passenger side. But you know, you just have to look over your shoulder, which is fine, which is what I do nowadays still anyway. And then the other truck I drove was my uncle in the Philippines. He has a Toyota Hilux. I think I drove that back in 2004. It was a manual transmission. It was fine. I mean, those two trucks, if I remember correctly, didn't feel like any truck at all. It just felt like a regular car, although both trucks were not like those big trucks. They were just regular compact trucks. Is that a what you call it, compact trucks? So they weren't really that big. But other than that, I mean, the other things that I've driven that I'd like to share with you all is I've driven a tractor before in the Philippines, because my uncle has a farm over there, and I've driven a tractor before. Pretty interesting. And then I've driven a jeepney, which is one of the modes of transportation in the Philippines. I drove my uncle's jeepney. So if you've seen that photo with Kobe Bryant standing in front of a vehicle, that is a jeepney. But yeah, no power steering or anything like that. And I think I was young at that time. My uncle would have to sit close to me. It's a bench seat, so he would do the shifting and changing or pressing the clutch and stuff. So at that time I didn't know how to drive manual. So he would change the gear. But I remember if you need to make a turn, you had to like turn that steering wheel like 3 or 4 full turns just to turn the wheel. And then when you need to straighten the wheel back, you had to bring it back because there's no power steering. So it was a very interesting experience. So, but today we're going to be doing the R1T. I have some questions in my head. Hopefully I don't trip and fall and forget. But yeah, so pretty excited. Let's get going. Okay, so we are in the R1T. It's a little different. Oh man, I think I need to push more on the accelerator pedal. It's not like the model. Oh, and the what is it? The regen thing is pretty harsh. Wow, if you let go of the accelerator, it is pretty harsh. All right, so we're gonna head on out. I put this thing on performance mode, or let's get out of the camera thing. How do I get out? There we go. Navigation. Okay. So they have an empty road here. We're gonna try out the performance mode, or what is it called? I don't know, sport mode, I think. And we're gonna see if it's as good as the Plaid, because this is the quad motor, or the Model Y Performance. But let's see if it's gonna, you know, make me feel like, oh, it's fast. Oh wow, the regen brake thing is okay. Not bad. Not bad. It's not the Plaid. It's not the Plaid, but it does jump. It does jump. And there is a bit of a lag. There is a bit of a lag midway through. It just how do I explain it? Like in my performance and in the Plaid especially, like it just keeps climbing and climbing up. Like it just gets faster and faster. Whereas here, like midway in the 50 mile an hour thing, it's a little bit of a lag. Not really. And you have to push on the pedal. The travel is even more. You gotta like press down on it. Whereas with Tesla vehicles, like pedal to the metal, you don't need that much effort to it. So I was talking with the salesperson, and he's very knowledgeable, and the different modes in the quad. So not only control like the speed and everything, it also controls like it's predefined ride height, suspension, dampen, and all that stuff. Plus, I believe it also controls what is it, like the stiffness of the accelerator pedal. So I'm gonna switch it later on to like all purpose and see if there's any difference. But right now we're just driving around here. I don't know where we're going, but I have the suspension on like stiff mode or whatever, so it feels just like our Model Y Performance. Yeah, it's pretty bumpy. So there's times you want that kind of suspension, but later on we're gonna change it. But as of right now, it's pretty cool. Now the thing too is, so it's high. It's high. I think it's, well, I'm pretty sure it's higher than the Model Y. As far as the Model X ride height, I think this is still higher because by default, the Model X refresh, your suspension is set to or your ride height is set to low by default. If you travel more than, I believe, 35 miles an hour, it'll go to low. I don't remember what the manual says, but you can't drive any higher than low if you exceed a certain speed. I don't know where I'm going. So I'm recording and I'm driving in an area that I'm not familiar with. But so far, I'm liking the drive. The acceleration is a little weird. The regen braking is very strong, but I set it to strong. I don't know the exact names of the setting. I apologize. But it is pretty strong. Now I think there's also a setting for standard, but I don't want to change it because I like regen braking. I like the feel. I've been driving EVs for 5 years now, and I always want it. I like the feel, and I know how to like expect it, I guess. But it is fairly strong here if you set it that high. So when I was setting the mirror adjustments and steering wheel adjustments and stuff, you actually could use both sides of the knobs. Unlike with Tesla, to control the left or the right side mirrors, you have to change it in the screen. If you want to adjust your left, you got to make sure you're on the left. If you want to adjust your right, you got to hit the right button, and then you could adjust it with your scroll wheels. Whereas here in the Rivian, There's two scroll wheels, just like your Tesla, like the Model Ys and the Model 3s, but the left scroll wheel and the right scroll wheel will adjust the right and left side mirrors. You don't have to switch different mirrors and stuff. So it's fairly quiet in the cabin. I love it. I like just sitting high. Now the default height, like getting in, I mean, I guess there's a kneel mode where you can have it go on kneel mode, so you can just hop on. Like it lowers the ride height when you're parked. But I asked them if it's like our Plaid or Model X or Model S, where I believe you could do geolocation, where you could set your ride height depending on the location. You could do that on the Model X. I know has it. I'm not sure if the Model S does it, but it might be the same. So this doesn't have it yet, but he believes that if they are going to work on it, it's just a software setting. Wow, I like it. I like it. I'm gonna change the suspension and everything later on because it is a bit bumpy. It's bumpier than the Model Y suspension, but I can still feel a little bit of softness into it. But it's fine. It's fine. So one thing this thing has is the handles right here, and also the A-pillar is the A-pillar right here. It's narrower, thinner. How do you describe it? Like it's not fat. It's not fat. So you can see through. It doesn't give too much of a blind spot. Is that the term, blind spot? Because there's times that I'm turning into a street or a corner and there's pedestrians because the A-pillar is just, it's too fat. That's even on the Model Y and then on the Model X. It's pretty thick. It's pretty thick. So here, that's like one of the first things I've noticed. These A-pillars are thinner. So you viewing angles, I guess, or just the viewability. Yeah, it's great. Also, the vents, I think, are placed a little bit better. So rather than having the vents across, like on the Model Y, and does the Model X have it across? Yeah. There's vents here, down here, and then down here below the screen. I don't know if you could see it, but the camera is focused on my face, so it's not really moving when I'm moving it. So later I'll try to get some B-roll on it. But the vents are placed in nice locations. It's at 69 degrees, and to be quite honest with you, this is the temperature I'd have set on the Model Y, and I feel cooler in this car. I think the vents are working a little bit better, although this has ventilated seats and I do have it on. I do have it turned on, so maybe that helps. I'm telling you, ventilated seats. Tesla, put it on the Model Ys. Come on, hurry up with that. Yeah, like oh man, I don't know. I like the drive. I love it. I love it. Like, I think the biggest thing really is the temperature in here. I sweat a lot. I'm telling you, I'm pretty like sensitive to heat. So I'm at the end of the road. I don't know where I'm driving, but I can't take it on the freeway because it's traffic, but I did play around with it in the empty road back. You know what? I'm gonna go straight instead. I can't cancel it. There we go. Okay, so one thing this doesn't have that Tesla does is when you have the turn signals, it doesn't have the cameras activated. But I believe it might be a future update. But that's one thing I'm already missing. But it just seems like I could use the side mirrors okay. So we're gonna go straight and we're gonna go into this empty parking lot, and then we're gonna change the settings and everything. Okay, so one thing that's a little new to me is I could see the hood. I could see the hood. So this is like just about eye angle or eye height, line of sight. I don't know. It's about where my eyes are. Actually like this. And so I could see the hood. And then what I was telling you earlier about the vent placement. So there's a vent here. There is a vent down here. And there are vents over there by the door. And so that is here. That's what the interface looks like. So here is similar to Tesla, where you just, move things around. You could control the vents and how it's pushing the air out. But if we go to this menu, this is controlling the drive modes and stuff. So we were at sport mode. He said to use all-purpose mode. It is raising the vehicle. Oh wow, I could feel it. It's like the Model X, but here I could feel it a lot more. And so what I have, so brake regen is set to high. Let's put that on standard and see what that feels like. Ride feel firm, let's put that into soft. And then everything else, I think we're good. Let's go see what this thing feels like. All right, so we are in all-purpose mode. Oh, you know what? You gotta check this out. Hold on. Check that out. It has like a 360-degree camera and stuff. So, okay, so let's get up out of here and continue on with the demo drive. Let's see if the ride feel is softer. Let's put on our navigation. Okay, it feels a little softer. All right. But yeah, it does it feel like I'm driving the Model X? Not sure. We'll see how this all-purpose mode feels, and then I'll let you know. But waiting for this light to turn on. As far as build quality, it seems to be well built. I think they use real wood. This is the white interior. Is it ocean something? So it's the white interior. I like this color, but if I were to get one, I'll probably stick with the black interior. If I'm gonna go more crazy on this, I probably would rather have the black interior. But and plus, I don't want to pay for the options. I don't want to pay for the options. Yeah, it seems to be holding up pretty good. The cabin noise is pretty quiet. All right, here we go. So I'm punching it a little bit. It's still the accelerator pedal is like a long travel. Yeah, it's a long travel to the floor. So I don't know if it's like it's a lot of pushback on the pedal, or because in Tesla like you can slam that pedal to the floor easily. This thing, so I set it to all purpose and it didn't seem to have adjusted it. So maybe in all modes it's like that. So it's a bit bumpy there, but the suspension is pretty soft. Not too bad. It feels like the Model X, if I'm trying to remember it correctly. It just feels like the Model X, the soft suspension and everything. Oh, I don't like this regen. I put it on like standard and it's not enough. I don't like it. Where is it at? Standard brake regen? No, put that sucker on high. I don't like it at all. It just feels like it's not enough. I'll probably miscalculate it and I'll go beyond the pedestrian line because it didn't stop enough. So if you're gonna test drive this, even though the brake regen setting is set to high and it is higher than Tesla, the standard one is way too less. It's way too less. It's kind of like, so I don't know if any of y'all had driven the Model 3 version where you could actually control the brake regen. My 2020 Model 3 long range actually had that option. I think it was a couple months after the 2020s were released, or maybe 2021, where Tesla removed that option. But if you had a 2020 Model 3 or older, you could actually control the brake regen there to like standard or none at all. Or I think it was 3 different settings, but that's what it reminded me of. The standard here for brake regen, it reminded me of one of those settings that the Model 3 used to have. But now it's gone. That option is gone. It's just you have brake regen, period. No other option. But yeah, I don't like it. So I put it back to high or something, brake regen high. But yeah, I think the pressing of the accelerator, I don't know if I'm liking that because it's a bit too stiff. But whatever. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's just I'm just not used to it. But as far as driving it, the hood thing is like, it's weird to me, but I guess that's a normal thing for trucks. Because in our other Teslas, it's not there. In other vehicles, it's not there. I've never really driven trucks full time, but we'll see. But so all purpose seems to be cool. I mean, it's still a bit bumpy. You know what? I take it back. I think the Model S. I'm sorry. I think the Model X, our Model X, rides a bit better. I just don't know if I have the settings correctly, but it's on all purpose. So the suspension is a bit softer on the Model X when I have it set. I think I have it usually set on auto, but the Model X also has comfort suspension, or you could set it to auto, but I usually have it on auto, and I prefer that one better. So it is a little softer when you set it to all purpose and everything, but I don't know if there's a softer mode. But right now we are driving without the tonneau cover. Oh, I gotta change lanes because this is gonna be right turn only. I don't know if you could hear that click 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 turn signal thing. Okay, here's another thing I don't like. So so doing the turn signals when you're making a lane change, so Tesla has this new feature. Well, it's not really new anymore, but it auto cancels the turn signal. I mean, you could turn that off, but I gotten spoiled to that, and I don't know if Rivian has an auto cancel for the turn signals. So if you have your turn signals enabled and you are making a turn, obviously when you turn the steering wheel at a certain point and bring it back, the turn signals will deactivate. But if you're just doing lane changes, it I mean, the Tesla has a setting where you can do a cancel. But this one doesn't seem like it does. I'm gonna ask when we get back at the dealership. So that's, yeah, so there's certain features that I'm like spoiled to with the Tesla. But if it's not there, I hope that they can adjust it with software. But this also has cameras on the side mirror as well as near the fender, front fenders. They don't have B-pillar cameras like Teslas do. But so their cameras are on the side mirrors and also on the fenders, the front fenders. There's a lot of Teslas here. But so far, I mean, I'm digging it. I'm liking it. I don't know if I could use the autopilot, or I don't know what they're calling it, but the screen, the secondary screen, looks pretty responsive. So this is the screen, and I just realized I don't have my microphone turned on, so hopefully this is recording my stuff. But anyway, this is the secondary screen, the screen behind the steering wheel, which the Model X and the Model S has. The Model 3 and the Model Y does not have, unless you get aftermarket. But what's cool with this is it also has part of the GPS and the navigation on the left hand side. And the design of this, you could see the entire screen and the steering wheel doesn't get in the way. In the Model X, this part, that's why I missed the yoke steering wheel. In the Model X, this part actually covers part of the screen. And maybe it's just my height. I don't know, but the way I have my seats adjusted and the way I have my steering wheels adjusted is this covers the top part. Now there isn't that much information that it's covering, but in the Model X, what it does cover is like my headlight, which headlights turned on, the fog light, the front and the rear fog light. So there's times that I don't realize that I have my rear fog lights on that I shouldn't have, but yeah, it's being covered. But here it looks like the way I have it adjusted, as you can see from this viewing angle, you could see the entire screen. Okay, let's take a look at the different modes. Right now we are at all-purpose. So they have on-road, off-road, and trailer. So off-road has off-road drive modes are not intended for paved roads. Okay. And so within the off-road tab, oh, it's raising up. I can feel it. Whoa. Whenever we raise the suspensions or to raise the ride height for the Model X, I don't even feel it. Here, I could feel it. But this has off-road, all-terrain, rock crawl. So it has all these presets and stuff that it's adjusting. Oh, I could even hear it. Wow. Crazy. So it has all these different settings for off-road. On-road, we have all-purpose. I think this is like eco mode or something. Performance, and then like snow mode. Very interesting. Okay. All right, we're going to do a test, a U-turn test to see how good or bad this turn radius is. Oh, wait a minute. It's not that bad. I don't know. I think it's better than the Model Y, like doing U-turns. But that's impressive. Impressive. Hold on. Let me do another U-turn here. Wow. Oh, okay. Hold on. Let's do another U-turn here. So this is we're doing a U-turn on a 2-lane road. Okay. Might have to. Nope. Cleared it. So even if I hit the curb, it's a truck, so I can just hop over the curb. But I think the turn radius on these I think it's better. Let's do it again here. Because normally in the Model Y, I would go up a little bit further if I'm able to. So what I do in the Model Y is I would have to go a little bit further out and then do my turn. That way when I'm full turn, then I could clear the curb. You know, I'm gonna take the Model Y when I'm done doing the test drive and try to do that over there. But I think the U-turns on these are a little bit better. So we're pretty much done with the test drive, but hopefully I can continue to do some recording while it's parked. Okay, so we're back at the dealership. So one thing I just noticed when I put it in park, it doesn't have the easy entry. At least I don't see it in the options. So what easy entry is an option on your driver profile. When you have it enabled, it moves your seat backwards and puts your steering wheel away. And I don't know if this has it, but I may have to create a different profile there, and probably just press it. But I'm gonna ask if there is like an easy entry mode. So that's kind of important, to be honest with you. So this is their like charging screen, session summary. All right, so that's charging session. I wonder if I should have resetted that thing so I could see how much energy I've used up. Oh well. But it looks like it has Bluetooth, it has Wi-Fi, LTE connection. It has the garage, so I don't know if this supports MyQ, or if this is one of those HomeLink garages. What else is there? What is this car thing here? Oh, okay, so this is where you can control like the lights. Okay, I like this. So that's pretty easy. Yeah, 2 button presses. I don't know. Oh, these are the other things. I don't know. Oh, here's the gear guard, or not the gear guard, but the gear pass-through thing. This is how you open it. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. Okay. Very interesting. Does it have a oh, it doesn't have a thing? Oh, it doesn't have a glove box. Or am I missing it? Does it have a glove box? No glove box. At least I don't see it. I don't think there's a glove box. Very interesting. But I do like this stuff. Okay, so the sales guy came back and I asked him a few questions. There is no glove box, but there are under seat compartments. What? So we're gonna take a look at that. The turn signals do not have the auto cancel, but Tesla has this too, where if you, let me see if I could flip this thing here. Okay, so you can press midway, not all the way, and so it'll blink 3 times and it'll go away. So Tesla, I think Tesla has it. I don't even remember anymore because I don't do it because I have the auto cancel thing, but let's see. So if you press halfway, it'll blink 3 times and then it will go away. So that's their version of auto cancel, I guess. So this right here is the Bluetooth speaker, which has its own compartment here. Oh man, I don't even want to leave. I like it. So to get out, they have physical buttons, not electronic buttons. So if for whatever reason your battery dies, you don't have that emergency like door release or whatever. You just have plain old handles. But here is the A-pillar. I don't know if you can see a difference, but it's a little bit skinnier than the Model Y or the Model X that we own. I think Abby's gonna like this, but she's not with me. Okay, so let's step out. Oh, I forgot to ask about the easy entry. Oh crap, I gotta jump down. Short people problems. But yeah, so this has underseat compartments. Oh, they're not that big though. Right here, they're not that big, but it's there. What is that? Oh, sticker. But yeah, so this is the... Oh, what happened to the key? Did I take it? Oh yeah, I did. That's the key. So this particular one looks like it was built February 2023. This is the back. So it's not a 90-degree open, but I think it's wide enough. Let's go sit in the back. Oh, and they come with floor mats. But yeah, this is the white interior. Oh, I gotta hop in. Hold on. I can actually grab these handles and get in. These handles that exist for each door. Let's go, Tesla. Come on. But yeah, back here. So this is one of the things I like. Is they got these hooks and the USB ports are out of the way. So that's one of the things I mentioned with the Model X, the positioning of the USB ports. I don't think is ideal. Again, coming from minivans, I just like the way they have it designed where those USB ports are actually way out the way. But yeah. But back here, it's fairly roomy, but again, you know, 5'5", we're not that big. This is the rear screen. You could only control temperatures and all that, which is not a big deal. I don't really care whether or not you could play games or watch movies because my passengers usually have their own iPads and their own entertainment system. Now, is that a USB-C port? Is that a USB-C port there as well? Wait a minute. Is that 2 additional USB-C ports? What? And there's one here? And there's one here? Are you kidding me? That's freaking cool. Okay. Nice. Okay, so this is the center console. How do you open it? I don't want to break it. Is it locked? I don't know how to open it. Sorry. Oh man, I can't open it. Or am I supposed to be sitting there? I don't know. Well, anyway, so this white interior has like a black strip in the middle. I like the seats. It's a bit firm. It's a bit firm. But I wouldn't say that it's uncomfortable. But it is more firm. So it's, yeah, the Tesla seats are softer, but I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, but again, it's subjective. Let me see what these are. Okay, pockets. All right. I think there were plugs here too. Let's go look for the plugs. Oh God. Neo mode. I gotta do Neo mode. Oh my goodness. That's one thing I gotta get used to, I guess. If we get it. Where is the... I thought he said there was plugs here. I don't know. I kind of feel like there is. Let's see if I can flip the camera and look under. Is that a plug? Yes. There is a plug right there. Interesting. Very cool. Okay. Oh, check that view out. Look at that. Look at that view. All right. And then we're going to open Let's see, how do we open? Is it this one? This door. Yeah. Oh, and let's open that one too. Nice. Okay, I thought I have opened it. Maybe it's this button. There we go. So that's that pass-through thing. I think there's a way to access it through here. Yes! Check that out. I don't think I could fit through there, but your hands and arms can. If you ever need to go in there and reach for stuff. I think my kids would probably put bags of chips there. So we have cup holders here. Oh, and another compartment. Check that out. Nice. Okay. I like the design. Okay. So one of the things that I have to worry about is how sharp this corner is. So gotta be careful with that. But there is a 12-volt power outlet here. And he said there was one over there too, 120 house plug. So let's take a look. To open it, is this? Oh, 120 volt? Yes, I like it. Oh man. And I think I looked at this. This is $100. The mat for the gear tunnel, I think is what it's called. Okay, all right. I like it. I like it. I like it. So now we have this. We have the air compressor over there, and we have more plugs over there. And this you pop up. Where's the button that he pressed? Was it this? No, this is not it. Oh, is it this? I think it's this. Yeah. So you pop that open. You could put a spare tire in there. I think there's a plug, a drain plug, so you can put liquids, ice, all that stuff in there. One of the reviews I've seen, one of the complaints is if you're hauling dirt or sand or any loose gravel, it could get in here. And the problem with that is you can't clean it because you can't like pop it open. So I mentioned it to the sales guy, and he said he definitely would recommend using tarp and stuff if we're gonna be hauling things like that. Because you know me, that's one of the first things I'm gonna do if I get one of these trucks, is I'm gonna be hauling sand for no reason. Oh, I can close this. There we go. But yeah, I think I could fit the electric bike here for sure, but with the bed down, I think. But this is really nice. This is really nice. Yeah, so one thing I did not realize is these are all-terrain 20-inch tires. So that probably is why it's a little bit more bumpier. In fact, I think it is the reason why it's bumpier. But they had it set to the highest setting, I think 14-inch clearance maybe, or 15, I'm not too sure. But these all-terrain tires are 275, 65, 20. So they're pretty big. But oh man, I love it. I love it. I love it. I may sound like my Model Y 30,000 mile review with this, but wow, we'll see. But this is the color I want. I just don't know if I want to pay extra for it. And there's a R1X or R1S right next to it, also available to demo drive. All right, so I'm back in the Model Y studios. I want to take that U-turn that I did on the on the R1T. Oh, you know, I forgot to ask too is if there's a way to adjust the steering wheel, because you know on the Tesla you could adjust like how heavy, I don't know what the term is, but you could adjust how the steering wheel turns. But we're gonna go and take that U-turn that I did with the R1T, right? So that's the U-turn. Let's go see. Let's see. Okay. It might be the same. It might be the same. Not really sure, but I had to turn the steering wheel more on the R1T on that U-turn. But let's see if I can clear this U-turn. I don't think I can clear it. But we'll see. We'll see. This is that same U-turn, that second U-turn I did in the R1T. Oh, I could clear it. Okay, you know what? I changed my mind. The turn radius seems to be very similar to the R1T. But yeah, so overall thoughts, I like it. I really like it. Just initial impressions, I only got to drive it for like 45 minutes. The seats were of a concern. I'm back into the Model Y seats. These are softer and a little bit more comfier. Hold on, let me put my destination, because man, I don't know how to get out of here. Yeah, so these are a little bit more comfier, but I don't think it would bother me in road trips if I were to take the truck into road trips, because I'm planning on just getting the base models and stuff if we're gonna go through with it. And it has a range of about 270 miles, and then usually I take 10% off, which is about 243-ish. And then depending on the efficiency, you know, it could even be less than that, so closer to 200 maybe. But I don't think I would mind the seats, especially because it has ventilated seats. So yeah, it was pretty comfortable. And it could be that, again, those ventilated seats, and I think that just the way they designed the ventilation system, it's better, or they place the vents. I don't know. I don't know. Now there is no HEPA filter in there, but they said that the filter might be HEPA rated or something like that. And then to get to the filter, the cabin filter, you go through the front, according to the sales associate. He did say that they don't encourage you to service them yourself, and I'm like, well, is it hard? He's like, no. As far as the drive is, so now I'm back in the Model Y Performance. We got the stiffer suspension compared to the other Tesla. I think this is still a bit softer, but again, the R1T has the all-terrain tires, so it may play into factor how bumpy the ride is. But they didn't have any they didn't have the 21-inch road tires. I think the R1S has them, but I didn't want to test drive that. If I'm going to test drive the R1S, I'd rather have Abby be with me. But right now we're not in the market for an R1S because it's gonna, I'm worried. If I'm being honest, I'm worried to test drive the R1S because I may like it more than the Model X. And my brain's gonna be like, oh, buy back the Plaid, buy back the Plaid. It's broken, buy it back again. So that's why I don't want to test drive it. But yeah, I don't know. Is this truck gonna turn into me? Okay. Yeah, but yeah, hopefully we'll see. We'll work out some numbers. see if there's any space in the budget for a truck. I hope there is. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like the color. The red Canyon Red is the color I was actually looking at, but it is an additional cost. I would go with the 21-inch road tires, because I'm not going to be going off-roading often. I haven't driven a truck in a very long time. I've never owned a truck, but that was a very good experience. A very good experience. It's not everything. It's not like 100%, because there's still some stuff that that Tesla has that Rivian doesn't, but then vice versa. There's some stuff that Rivian has that Tesla doesn't. Overall quality, I think the quality is pretty good. Like, the car seems to be well built. It's been a couple of days since the demo drive, and I wanted to add some things after just thinking about it. Prior to the demo drive, I've considered Rivian to be number 2 below Tesla with a large gap. But I would still consider them number 2. But after the demo drive, I still consider them like second place. Now, this is just my opinion, but the gap that I assumed was there is gone. Like, it's a very close number 2 spot. Tesla has a lead in terms of just years of doing it, and I think that's an advantage for them, because they had more time to improve their product, and they are continuously improving the product. But Rivian is a close second now after experiencing that demo drive, after just actually experiencing it firsthand. I'm very impressed with the R1T, and I'm even more scared to try out the R1S, because we love our Model X despite the issues that we've had with it and continue to have. But I don't think we're ready yet to do an R1S test drive, but we'll see. We'll see. But as far as just experiencing Rivian, I'm very pleased. I'm very impressed. There's a couple of things that the R1T features are lacking if I were to compare it to the Teslas that we own. But it's not one of those things where the hardware isn't there, so it could easily be fixed or easily be improved by software updates. So that's another thing too, is how well does Rivian support their products through software updates. Not owning a Rivian product, I don't really stay close to how often they update their software, but from reports, from articles that just funnel into my feed, it looks like they really do support their products through software updates. So they're probably as good or close to what Tesla does as far as releasing software updates to fix glitches, to fix issues, and to also improve product. One of the things that I would need to get used to if we do end up getting an R1T is that distance of the accelerator pedal, the travel. It's a little stiff, and it's a long travel compared to our Tesla cars, where you could put the pedal to the metal, as they say, like easily, effortlessly. But I think the reason why they designed it that way is because it's a truck. I mean, it's not meant to, go full blast, full send, just punching it. It's a truck. So I think they did it that way, unless I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, if my assumptions are incorrect. But it was an adjustment. So I just wanted to mention it because throughout the drive, that's what I kept feeling, is just the difference in pressing the accelerator pedal. That and the auto cancel of the turn signals is, I would miss that, but hopefully Rivian will look into that. Also, the easy entry in the profile, I may have just missed it, so I'll look into it more. Or if you have a Rivian and you know about the easy profile, please let me know whether or not they have it. Also, do consider that I haven't tested the interface. I haven't really played with the app itself. But just overall, it was a great experience. It really is like a breath of fresh air. Like it's not Tesla anymore. It's not Tesla anymore. And I'm pretty sure I'm incorrect with what I'm saying, simply because I've only known Tesla. We've gone through 5 Tesla vehicles, and never really considered anything else, simply because we love the ecosystem. But after that day, man, Rivian, all Rivian can do is just improve. It's amazing, and I'm very excited to see what else that they could do, and I think the gap is just getting closer. So we're gonna see if we're gonna go through with it. We're probably gonna lease. I'm gonna probably lease it. I just have to present some PowerPoint presentations to the boss. But I've been hinting some things, and it's not going too well. It's not going too well. So I'm gonna have to work more on the PowerPoint presentations and the Excel spreadsheets. Talk to the accountant. Maybe I could get some support from the accountant, and see whether or not we can fit this in. Otherwise, it's fine. I mean, I'm not in a rush to get it, but I've always had my eyes on a truck. Cybertruck, I do have a reservation, but man, I don't even know when that's gonna come. I think I did my initial order like October 2021, so well beyond, you know, what many people have already did. So I'm in line. But you know, I haven't driven a Cybertruck. I've never been inside the Cybertruck. But yeah, I mean, I don't even know when I can get the opportunity to do that. But I like what the R1T has. I actually prefer the look of the R1T. But yeah, if we lease, it'll probably be maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years. I don't know. So maybe by then my Cybertruck reservation will become available, and then give up the R1T if we pull the trigger. If not, then maybe we'll buy out the lease, or I'll go to the next level up on the R1T, because I'm just planning to get the standard battery pack probably. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. There's just a lot of numbers we have to play with, and see whether or not we're gonna go through with it. So it's still undecided. But yeah. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just please ask. And if you have answers to some of my questions, please comment down below. Let me know what you all think. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you like the video, please like, and I'll see you on the next one.